Hello, this is the Watchdog, and welcome back to Fun with Watches. If watches weren't fun, you'd only need one. Today we're going to review the Wanvi W724 chronograph. Let's start out with the wrist check. I'm wearing my Cadisen PD 1701 AK Project chronograph. And Grogu was wearing my Sapphire SL2110. Grogu was talking to Obi-Wan Kenobi's Force Ghost about the Clone Wars. He remembered the time he was battling General Grievous and almost had him. Just then a TIE fighter swooped down and Grievous grabbed onto it and was carried away to safety. Grievous shouted, "The tie is high, but I'm holding on. I'm going to beat you, Obi-Wan. Obi-Wan." Okay, let's open up this Wanvi, and as you can see, the box doesn't say Wanvi, it says Cadisen. So let's get it out. And the instructions say Cadisen. The warranty card says Cadisen. But the watch says Wanvi. This is the second Wanvi on my channel and the second Wanvi that was bought from a Cadisen store coming in a Cadisen box. I'm not sure if Wanvi is a sub-brand of Cadisen or what. All I know is the last Wanvi was a Seamaster Pro homage that now carries the Cadisen name. The design is kind of different. It kind of looks minimalistic, but it is not since it has all of its markers. Maybe the proper would be unobtrusive or just a little dull. This watch cost me a whopping $14.68 from the Cadisen official store on AliExpress, which seems ridiculously cheap for a solid steel chronograph with a sapphire crystal and a Seiko movement. There is only one colorway. The watch is 40.7 millimeters at the bezel, 49.9 millimeters lug to lug. It's only 10.3 millimeters thick, so it's fairly thin for such a big watch. Has a 22 millimeter lug width and weighs 130 grams on the supplied bracelet with 2 links removed. As you can see, the bezel is just smooth and plain, and instead of we have a chapter ring instead, but thankfully no tachymeter because this is a small second chronograph and I just don't like it when you have a tachymeter in a small second. Then we have the Wanvi name up top, and then it says Sapphire underneath, and yes, this is indeed a sapphire crystal. I tested it. Then we just have fence post, minute, and hour hand, and there's no loom on the second hand, and there's no loom on the subdial hands. Then we have a date at the 4:30. This being a VD53 movement, the right subdial is just a 24-hour indicator, the bottom subdial is the chronograph seconds, and the left subdial is the chronograph minutes. Then we have an unsigned push-pull crown. You only get 30 meters water resistance, so no screw down here and no screw down pushers. This being a VD53, the top pusher starts the chronograph and there is no sub-second counting at all. Top pusher stops the chronograph, bottom pusher resets it. Then the crystal, once again, it's sapphire, it's flat. Doesn't seem to be a ton of reflection. I don't know if there's air coating or not. I doubt it. Because you get, yeah, there's enough reflection. I don't think you get any air coating, but it's still amazing you're getting a sapphire crystal at this price. Then the case is solid steel. Looks like it's brushed on top, polished on the sides, and polished on the bottoms, believe it or not. And that's kind of odd. But yeah, solid steel case, and it's nice and thin too. Then the case back, it looks like it's a screw down, but if you're only getting 30 meters, I'm pretty sure it's a pop off. Let me look for a slot. No, it looks like it is there's no slot, and I got a wrench and I started to unscrew it, and yeah, it's a screw down, so this is not a pop off. Which is weird because it's only a 30 meter watch. You usually get a pop off on a 30 meter, but that's fine. I mean, I'd rather have a screw down anyway. And then the case back gives you the Wanvi name, says Sapphire Crystal, all stainless steel, 3 ATM water resistance, which is still kind of surprising considering it's only since it has a screwed-on case back. But it's okay, you're not going to take this in the water anyway. Then underneath the case back is the Seiko VD53. Yeah, it might be a TMI, it might be an SII. Those are all sub-brands of Seiko. And this is your basic 3-register chronograph with the small second chronograph hand and no sub-seconds. This is kind of their cheap alternative chronograph if you're going to go Seiko. I'm not a big fan of the VD53. I'd much rather have a large second chronograph hand. But if you just like the looks of a chronograph and don't really care about the chronograph, it's fine. I'm just wish it had a big second. Then the bracelet is solid steel with solid end links, and look at this too, it's fully articulating. So yeah, so normally when you get a watch in this price range, the center links are fixed with the end links, but no, not in this case. And then you get push pins. I'm perfectly fine with push pins, never have to worry about push pins coming out, but I do have to worry about screw pins coming out. And then we have a butterfly clasp. I wish we had a regular one just because of the whole micro adjust issue. There are no half links. But this is 130 grams, so it's not super heavy for a full-size watch. So getting the perfect fit isn't quite as important. And fortunately for me, I do get the perfect fit. Here's the watch on my 7.5-inch wrist. And yeah, see, I do get the perfect fit. It fits me really nicely. So if you have 7.5, then yeah, it's going to be really nice fit. And good wrist roll. And it's comfortable. 130 grams. It's fairly light for a big watch. And it fits me like a glove. Here we are in the loom room. Because of the design, only the hands are loomed. And just wearing the thing, I haven't really noticed the loom, so I'm not expecting a good result for this test. As we speed up the time, yeah, it looks like things are fading fairly quickly. I've seen worse, but this is not good loom. What do I like about this watch? Solid steel chronograph with sapphire crystal and Seiko movement for under $20. That's just hard to believe. It's very comfortable to wear. It's pretty light for a full-size solid steel watch. So yeah, very comfortable. And I like the fact too that the bracelet has fully articulating links. That's rare on a watch of this price. What are my gripes and groans? Lackluster loom, only 30 meters of water resistance despite having a screw-down case back. And I'm just always disappointed with chronographs with a small second chronograph hand. Do I recommend this watch? Yes. I admit this watch is kind of dull, but there is something fun and exciting about getting something so much cheaper than you would expect. But it has been so comfortable that it has been a joy to wear. Well, thank you for watching my review of the Wanvi W724. And be sure and come back for more reviews. Be sure to like and subscribe to my channel. Bye.